How's how's fall camp going for you? What's your big impression of what you guys have accomplished through these past few weeks?
Yeah, fall camp has been great. I've had a blast. I've definitely gotten better. The biggest takeaway I say from fall camp is just the energy and how we've just been having a blast at practice.
What was the process like for you of coming in here and learning the system and learning the playbook?
It was pretty smooth. Coach Graham and Coach Stadler made sure that I was in the playbook. There were times where I'd just go over it even after set times of position meetings and stuff like that. So I just made sure I just stayed in the book all summer. I made sure that coming in the summer that I just got the plays down easily, and yeah, that helped me out big time.
Were there similarities to the things you did at West Virginia? Or was it totally different coming in here?
There's some similarities, just the verbiage. The verbiage was just different, different names for different coverages, but that kind of helped because they called it this and we called it that in my previous school, and it was like, okay, yeah, it's just different names, same thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
How about getting to know the program's culture here at UTSA and what that's all about? What have you learned about that, and what's that process been like?
Oh man, they take the 5 pillars of that triangle. It's serious, and they represent it every day. None of it's fake. It's all real. Every week it's a new pillar, and like this week is it's
passion.
It's passion, yeah. It's 5. Yeah, this week is passion, and so we just been talking about passion, and Coach Traylor will have different slides up there, just giving his bits and pieces about what passion is. So yeah, the culture is something that I definitely love. It's something that the guys on this team definitely represent everywhere they go.
What kind of role do you envision for yourself this year?
Whatever role they got for me, man. I'm a team guy. Whatever the coaches need me to do, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? They gave me opportunity to keep playing college ball. They didn't have to, and they did. So whatever role they want me to do, I'm ready for it.
There's a lot of talent in that cornerback group. Is there anything about you that kind of stands out, or any attributes you bring to the table that make you kind of special?
Like you said, it's a lot of talent. You got DeJuan, Corey, Xavier Player. You got Zayford. Like it's a lot of guys in that room. And Coach Graham does a good job of using our skill sets to our advantage. And, he knows where to put us. He knows the best way to do it. So for me, I just say, the biggest way I can help since being one of the older guys, use what I learned at my previous school and try to just give it to the younger guys in that room. And so that's kind of like the role that I say I have in that room as well, just feeding them what I've learned since being in college.
I forget who we just talked to, but I think somebody said they think of you the technician.
Yeah. It's probably because I take pride in how my technique, and I take pride on how I play the position. And so, I always try to make sure that the things that I'm doing looks like, teach tape, that, somebody can use it as teach tape to teach others. So yeah.
And then it was Ken Robinson earlier, said that you're like scrappy. You kind of get in guys' faces sometimes. Do you bring that kind of edge and attitude to the position?
No, kind of usually I don't say a word, I just work because that's always who I've been. But if you get that, if you start with me and you get that competitive side out of me, I sometimes can, I won't say nothing to you, but I'll probably stare you down or something like that. But that's just the kind of scrappy edge that I have to myself. Like some people just think I'm a little too, I'm just nice on the field. Like, oh, he's the kid, I don't say nothing. But when I get there, I can be a little scrappy because, I'm competitive. I don't like to lose.
What was it about UTSA and Coach Traylor that led you to coming here?
Everything they did was real. It was real love, genuine love. None of it was fake. How they were recruiting me was exactly how they were when I got here. Mm-hmm. And that stuck out to me. And then on top of that, the guys, man, words can't even explain, words can't describe how much I love those guys. I always tell them, but I feel like it's never enough. I love these guys, man. These are my guys, and they really brought me in with open arms, and I'll do anything for them and for the coaches.
What was it initially that led you to want to transfer and seek a new opportunity?
I was just praying, talking to my brother a lot. I just didn't feel it was, the relationships with my guys, they were, good, but I just didn't feel I was really there, mentally. So, I just prayed about it. I talked to God about it, and, it just led me to making that decision of maybe just finding somewhere else where I can, get into the right environment and really play how I want to play and just, be around the right people.
I mean, it's tough to go from a situation where you have an established role and you've been a starter for multiple years to jump into the unknown. Was that a difficult consideration for you?
Yeah, a little bit it was, but I trusted God, I trusted myself, and I was just like, I know that wherever I end up is going to work out. So to leave me being a 3-year starter and then to just up and leave, a lot of people didn't like it, but at the end of the day, it was my decision. It was something that I wanted to do.
What were some of the options you considered other than UTSA? How did the process play out?
It was here, East Carolina, Houston. It was between those three. And it's crazy we play Houston, but I tried to consider the other two, but it was just UTSA was in the back of my mind since the day they called, the first day I entered the portal. So ever since then, it was just I was meant to be a road runner.
You're talking about your faith a little bit. Is that a big part of your life?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, huge part of my life. Thanks to my mom. Growing up, I wasn't always like this. My mom would try to drag me out of bed to go to church and stuff like that. But as I got older and really understood that in life, God should be the pinnacle and the foundation of your life. Yeah, that's something I made sure I pride myself in, and something that I made sure was very strong in my life.
So that's got to be kind of a challenge. Like, you play Saturdays and you may not get home till midnight or 1, and then how's that getting to go to church the next day?
Right now I haven't found a church here in San Antonio just yet, but in my old school it worked out a little bit because we'll get up, the services were spread out, so get up a little later and just go to church. But it's never hard for me to get up and go praise God.
So your San Antonio church recruitment is open.
Yeah, it's definitely open. Yeah, I'm trying to find one, man. And once I do, it's going to be rolling.
What do you think about some of the schemes the defense is running this camp?
Yeah, we got some good schemes, man. They do a great job of, they know how much talent we have in the back end, so they do a great job of having different schemes to where everybody can get involved.
It seems like they're being creative and trying to get a lot of guys playing time. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, trying to get a lot of guys, because they reiterated every time that we got about 30 guys that's going to be playing, rotating. So they do a good job with coming up with schemes to where they utilize all those guys.
You've played a ton of snaps in your career. What is the biggest thing you feel like you've learned from your experience that you can take here now?
Having short-term memory and, learning the tendencies that teams bring, learning just, down the distance and what you can get. But the biggest thing was short-term memory. Since freshman year, I've had to learn that after being thrown in the fire. So that's the biggest thing for me.
Do you try to pass on some of the stuff you've learned to other guys in your position group, or do you come into a new environment as more of a listener and kind of following what the other leaders are doing?
Both. When it comes to, the guys outside of my position room, I definitely listen. Guys like Dadrian Taylor, that's my guy. I definitely listen to what he has to say because he's very wise and he knows what he's talking about. Cliff Chapman, I listen to him a lot as well. Just basically all the guys that's outside of our position room, I definitely listen to. And then within the position room, I learn from other guys and try to pick their brains, and then I just give them all the knowledge that I have. So it just works out perfectly.
Did I see right that it was a knee injury last year that cost you the second half of the
yes,
season?
Yes, sir. I had a torn meniscus. I had to get a full repair. So I missed the last 6 games, I believe, yeah.
What was the recovery process like? Did that bleed into the offseason at all?
Definitely. I was working hard. I did a good job. I was a month ahead of my rehab. But, yeah, the whole offseason, basically up until spring ball, I was out just rehabbing, getting my knee back right.
Do you feel like you're kind of, back at full speed?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Nick Turner does a great job. He works with me. Whenever I tell him I have something I want to work on, regards to my knee or anything else, he always gives me the right treatment and, allows me to go through the right process in order to be successful, in order to, go back out there and just do my thing.
What was the mental challenge of getting through that injury? I mean, it's a pretty big injury.
Yeah, definitely. Especially not having my mom, whenever, you have somebody get hurt, they always have that person bothering them. So, it was hard at first, but the faith aspect of it, I just stayed strong in my faith, and I was just working. I was putting my head down and just realizing that it's gonna suck for a little bit, but the end result's gonna be greater, and here's the end result. So, it's still not done, but that was the part of the end result. So, I just reminded myself to just keep going no matter how hard it get.
What's your relationship like with Coach Graham?
That's my guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's my guy. He's hilarious. it's just real. Like he reminds me a little bit of myself because when he talks, he's very animated.
Yeah.
And he he projects, but cool dude. He came from hard times, so he understands some of us, but he's just genuine. Like he real deal wants to see us win, and that's just the biggest part of as a player. You want a coach like that, and that's somebody you definitely want to play for. So yeah, Coach Gray, I'm gonna give him everything I got. Like he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? I finally got somebody like that, so I definitely gotta do that for sure.
What are your goals for this year and your time at UTSA overall?
Just to be, just to contribute to the team in any way possible that I can, to be an impact to the team in any way possible, whether that's energy guy or on the field, just to be there for the team, to contribute and help the defense out and help us win games.
Is there any benchmark you have to hit or anything that has to happen for you to be able to look back on this year and say, yeah, I made the right move, I'm really glad that I did this?
Can you repeat that again?
I just want any specific, whether it's an individual goal or a team goal, anything you had to hit in particular to feel good about coming here and getting involved in this program and being a part of UTSA?
Fall camp was a part of it. Just, proving to my guys that I'm a guy that they can trust. Having to go out there and practice and actually make some plays to show them, okay, yeah, that's a guy we could trust. If we put him on the field, I know for a fact he's going to do his job. And so, yeah, that's definitely, I think that right there was okay, yeah, I'm at the right spot because, fall camp started off a little slow, but when I got the hang of it, yeah, that's and guys seen it, I was like, yeah, that was right there telling me yeah, I'm at the right spot.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. It was great.